What's up, guys? Taking a look at Casper this morning. It's been a while since we did a Casper video. A couple things I want to share about the chart, some of my thoughts, and then we'll wrap this video up here. It's been a quiet time here for Casper, basically since the basically this whole month here of December so far has been very, very quiet. A couple weeks here of sideways, a little bit of volatility, but overall a range bound crypto here. So Casper is continuing to range in between our 310 level, white line on the chart, that is at 0.0310310, and then finding support below the market at 284.0284. You can see that on the 8th of December and the 2nd of December, we traded below that level, and that level came in as support. That is very good for the bulls. They tried to push the price down. Bulls took over and brought the price back up. It's funny how this move right here, which is the 26th of November, kind of reminds me of what happened yesterday in the stock market futures. Massive, massive up day. I think at some point they were probably up 150 and closed up. It wasn't much, maybe 17 or 20 handles or something like that. Anyways, we are range bound here. If we take a look over to our left-hand side, back into this basically mid to early October, similar, not perfect, but similar. We had a sell-off down to the 262 level, one of our price support areas below the market. And what took place not long ago, we traded down to that 262 level in November, traded back up, found resistance at our 310 price, and then we traded sideways. So let's see how long we traded sideways back in this time frame. So once we found resistance at 0.310, we traded sideways for, let's see, about 24 days, almost a whole month. We traded sideways before on the 6th of October, we started to rally. So keep that in mind, 24 days, once we found resistance at 310. So if we take a look at some more recent times, this day right here, the 26th of November, I'm going to call that the day that we found resistance at 310. We traded above 310. We traded above 334. We traded above 363. Get my arrow. But the price could not close above any of those and closed below 310. So that is resistance at 310. So just like we found resistance over here on the 11th of September at 310. Let me get the arrow and show you what I'm talking about. Right here, we found resistance at 310 for the first time. We're going to take a step over here, and let's see where we're at on a time frame. So we are currently at 18 days. 18 days, and if you remember just a second ago, I mentioned that 24 days it took before a big break out of that range. So if we take our resistance day, move on over. Today, which is the 14th of December, we are at 18 days. So if we go over to 24 days, December 20th would be an equivalent to back there in that October timeframe before we broke out. Doesn't mean it's going to take exactly 24 days before the price has a big move again, but you can kind of see where we're at. You know, take that for what it's worth. We're getting close. As Bitcoin has broken out to the upside, Bitcoin Cash, the Bitcoin futures, the micro futures, regular Bitcoin, it's only a matter of time here until I think Casper starts to make a big move out of this range. So we have, like I said, we're stuck in between 310 and 284. It's nice to see support right here at that level. That gives me some hope that the bulls are in control. Something that I don't like is this has a head and shoulders look to it. It's not perfect, of course. Here's your head. Here's your right shoulder. So that's something that I'm keeping in the back of my mind. I am not trading off of that, but that is something to keep in your mind as when the price starts to move. But like I said, Bitcoin, if Bitcoin can continue its trend higher, it just broke out yesterday. Across the board, the futures broke out, the micros futures broke out, regular Bitcoin broke out. That should really help Casper head higher and not head lower. But keep in mind, if we start to trade lower and close above 284, we could see some trouble ahead for Casper. Not to be a doom and gloomer, but that's something to keep in mind. If we get a close below 284, and then we start to head into that 262 level on the chart, we could see some lower prices. But I have some hope here because Bitcoin has broken out to the upside. And usually these early breakouts, most people don't catch until Bitcoin is much, much higher. But yesterday was a important day as long as that breakout can hold. Ideally, just like we saw on this day here, which was the 26th of November, when Casper moves, it can move very, very big, very, very fast. So that's what we're looking for. We really want to see it break above 310. That'll indicate to us that this has broken out once again. 310 is right here on my chart, this white line. We want to see it break above that. We want to see it close above that. And that will be very, very bullish if that can hold for Casper. And like I said, on the 26th, it can happen quick. We can be well above that 310 level, above a couple of these levels very, very quick. So that's just two scenarios to keep in mind, that we're 18 days into this sideways action from finding resistance at 310. The last time that took place, roughly 24 days right in here before we had that big candle, and then we had a nice run. So let's call that from 310 to the top was 75% move, pretty quick. So December 20th, which is over right here, only a couple days away. Looks like it's about 6 days away. That would be roughly equivalent to the last time that we had a breakout. And you can see we broke out, found resistance very short term at 334 before trending higher. Also keep in mind, very rough head and shoulders here on the chart. Obviously, we don't want to see it break to the downside. But if it does start to break to the downside, definitely don't ignore it, in my opinion. Do not ignore that. But it could, it also could be like this, where we trade lower and the bulls scoop up some shares at support, which there is some solid support right now at 284. As long as Bitcoin can hold its breakout and continue higher, it's only a matter of time until Casper follows suit and breaks out to the upside. December 20th would be equivalent to the last time we had this sideways and breakout action on the chart. Who knows? Maybe you will get a Christmas miracle here for Casper cryptocurrency, the 20th, a couple days before the Christmas holiday. So that's my thoughts here on Casper. Patience. Anybody who's super, super bullish on this, you're being handed a gift right now. You're able to accumulate at extremely low prices. For example, let me just take this range high here down to where we're at today, which is down roughly right here. 80% or so discount you're getting right now if you want to accumulate from the higher prices, and then even much, much lower if you take up in here, that $4 range. Basically down 99% from those days. Off the major low, which was, I believe, back in June, which hit perfectly one of our support levels down here, which was at 224. Off that major low to where we're at today is 34% to the upside with some volatility involved. Obviously, we were up much higher, 145%. So that's my thoughts, guys. Not financial advice. A couple scenarios that could play out. Obviously, if Bitcoin continues higher, it's only a matter of time until Casper can break out to the upside. If Bitcoin gets crushed back to the downside, then I think the chances of some kind of at least short-term volatility to the south here for Casper is also possible. We're only a couple days away from matching over here, where it was 24 days. We're at 18. December 20th would be equivalent before we saw that big breakout. So maybe something similar will take place and we'll get a big breakout right before Christmas. Let me show you a Bitcoin chart real quick. You can see Bitcoin. Let me zoom in here for you. Bitcoin traded sideways. Let's see here after finding resistance. 12 days, it looks like. We were range bound in between two levels on our chart, which was 17,213, and then our lower level was 16,865. Resistance, support. We were range bound for 12 days. Yesterday, we had a very nice, solid breakout, up 3.26%, and today is relatively quiet so far. So if this holds and we head higher up to our upper targets, like I said, I don't see Casper heading lower. I see Casper heading higher, breaking out of its range, which is between 310 and 284. That's going to wrap it up, guys. If you are not yet subscribed, join us here on the channel. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I appreciate it. I enjoy reading those and checking out how everybody thinks different about these cryptos and whatnot. Catch you in the next video. Have a great day.